Let's focus on exercise 2 and do some passive voice exercises. Okay, shrimp, 6 shrimp eat by Harry for dinner. Okay, 6 shrimp were eaten. You can also do present perfect here, because we have, well, but it's for dinner. I would say past simple. I would stick with past simple because this sort of implies that the dinner happened earlier. So if it might be possible, because we don't know exactly when the dinner happened, so it might be possible to do present perfect here, but to be honest, I see for dinner and I assume that the dinner is over, so I would just use past simple here. Example 2. The jungle beautiful by monkeys inhabit. Okay, so that means that the monkeys live or inhabit the beautiful jungle. So in the passive form, the beautiful jungle is inhabited by monkeys. The flat tire changed Sue. Okay, so Sue changed the flat tire is the active voice form, and the passive voice form will be the flat tire was changed by Sue, or has been changed for that matter, because we don't know if it happened recently or not. But the default version is was changed by Sue. And the fastest and quickest way to do it. The flat tire was changed by Sue. The entire road built by the crew in a week. Okay, so in a week, that happened earlier, so the crew built the entire road in a week. Last week probably would be the active voice version of this sentence, and the passive voice version would be the entire road was built by the crew in a week. And the report read uncle in a day. Okay, perfect. So the report was read by uncle in a day. He read it in a day, that would be the active voice, and the report was read in a day is the passive form. The electrician paid for his work. Okay, the electrician was paid for his work. That's a simple enough exercise. He teach English and given a dictionary by his teacher. Okay, so he was taught English and was given a dictionary by his teacher. That's my version. Okay, now this is a perfect example of the type of exercise that we've practiced a lot. So Jack believe be a decent person. I think you should know this by heart now. Jack is believed to be a decent person, right? The rude person request leaving the meeting. Okay, so somebody was behaving rude and other people asked that person to leave the meeting. So the rude person was requested to leave the meeting. And number 10. Rest of us ask buy the tickets. Okay, rest of us ask buy the tickets. Or the rest of us was asked to buy the tickets, right? So some people asked us to buy the tickets, and the rest of us was asked to buy the tickets. Perfect. That was not that difficult, and this is a first year test, so it shouldn't be that difficult. We'll move on to the two other exercises in a moment. Although I think we're on the 3rd minute of this exercise, so I think it might be okay if we do another one, since it's a shorter one, and those modal verbs are usually easy. So let's try to do it. They were successful in completing the difficult task. Okay, the exercise asks us to use manage or be able to if necessary. So this will be a perfect example of where we could use this. So they managed to complete the difficult task. Okay, they managed to complete the difficult task, or they were able to complete the difficult task. It wasn't necessary for Bill to buy additional products because he had bought them earlier. Bill, well, it wasn't necessary for him. That means he most likely didn't need to, because he had bought them earlier, so he didn't need to. Okay, that means we will use the form Bill did not need to buy additional products because he had bought them earlier. There you go. It's not allowed to press the rescue button unless you are really in trouble. You are not allowed to press allowed to. I think they told us no, they did not tell us to use that, so what we want to use here is we want to use if we are not allowed to do it and we need to use modal verbs, we want to use mustn't. Okay, we can do it. So you mustn't press the rescue button unless you are in trouble. Okay. It's possible that Jack was at the shop. He's in London right now. Okay, so we are expressing probability regarding an event in the past. So may or might would be a good option here. Would be good options here. So it's impossible. Okay, so if it's impossible, then it's not may or might, but it's can't or couldn't have, right? Or can't have, because it's impossible. I thought it's possible, but it's impossible. So Jack can't have been at the shop. He's in London right now. Or Jack couldn't have been at the shop because he's in London right now. Remember that if you're expressing impossibility in the past with a high degree of probability, you want to say couldn't have or can't have. Okay, great. 5. I am certain both of them planned the robbery. Everything seems to prove that was the case. Okay, so we're everything. It says everything proves that that was the case. So that means we should use certainty in the past. So that leaves us with the must-have option. Okay, so they must have planned the robbery. Everything seems to prove that was the case. Okay. Okay. So we did 2 exercises at in one take. So that means we're gonna be we're left with the present. With the unreal tenses and conditionals, and this is going to take some more time because we'll look into the wish and the third conditional, second conditional cases in more detail. So we'll devote more time for the next exercise, and this one was pretty short. See you in the next exercise.